Hey guys, in this video I'm just going to show you a few outtakes from recent attempts at videos. They're not bloopers as such, not all of them anyway, so not massively funny, but this is just to give you an insight into the kind of malarkey that goes on when I'm making a video. So the first one is a video that you've not seen because I hated the end result so much that I just could not, in all honesty, stand in front of the camera and say, that's wonderful, because it wasn't. It was a potato bun to go with smash burgers, and it should have been marvellous. And I was really looking forward to it and really disappointed when, I got to the end and this was where it ended. Well, here's a first. I've just tried this so-called potato bun and it's loathsome. It's absolutely awful. First of all, this was the biggest one, so it's just not going to work as a burger bun, and it tastes nasty. So obviously something has gone deeply wrong and I need to work on it. So I'll probably do that again once I've learned the best way to actually make the thing. I don't always practice everything that I make on camera, I will admit. But most of the time winging it works, but sometimes it really doesn't. And the rest of these clips are from the video of me doing steak and chips and peppercorn sauce, which I've done many times before and didn't expect to have any problems with at all, so I didn't actually leave any extra time in case anything went wrong. So the first thing that went wrong was when I was filming this sequence. Okay, so that's slow motion magically cutting a potato into chips, and the slow-mo is something that I've just recently figured out how to work on my main camera, and I love it. So you'll be seeing a lot of slow motion in future. But one problem with it, well, it's not a problem, is that, it is a problem, because I use the main camera as my audio recorder as well. Now, I do have a separate audio recorder, but it's more convenient to have the audio track already synced with the video, except when you do slow motion, 60 frames or 96 frames a second, it won't record audio, and it would be crazy if it did. It would sound pretty weird. So I decided to use my B camera, this little baby, to use its internal microphones to record the audio. And like a moron, I wanted to get it close to where the audio was going to be coming from, so I sat it on the corner of the table, not fixed in any way. Guess what happened? So luckily there was no damage. Anyway, moving on. Sometimes when I'm, cooking away and talking, I'll go into rant mode, and it always gives me a dilemma. I don't know if you guys want to see rants, and I don't know if I necessarily always want to publish them, but this is one that just happened while I was chopping some spring onions. I will start making the sauce, so I'm going to just finely chop my spring onions. People go on and on and on about my knife skills, lack of. Listen guys, I've never ever cut myself with a knife while cooking, and this works for me. I'm not Gordon Ramsay, I don't want to be Gordon Ramsay, so just give me a break, eh? I do what I can do, and it works. And you know, I don't want to alienate viewers and say you must do this like that, because that's a whole different kind of cooking. I'm not doing that. I'm doing home cooking. Gah. Now the next clip is maybe a bit funny. It's me not being able to decide whether this piece of equipment is a mortar and pestle or a pestle and mortar. So just give it a good old bashing in the pestle and mortar. If you haven't got a pestle and mortar, you can use. If you don't have a pestle and mortar, you can. If you don't have a mortar and pestle, you can use. If you don't have a pestle and mortar, or a mortar and pestle, or any combination of those two words, you can use the end of a rolling pin. So we finally got to the taste test shot where, you know, when I finish cooking a dish, I plate it up and then I have to go and photograph it, and that can take, you know, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. And so, you know, the food is quite often cold and past its best, but in this case it's steak. You know, you don't want it to have been sitting around for ages because it turns into rubber, and you know, residual heat will carry on cooking it, and it ends up overcooked, and that is a critical issue with a steak. So that this limp looking thing had to go in the microwave to make it edible. So I could have probably got away with that, but what I couldn't get away with is how it looks. The slightest motion is blurred. Okay, taste test time. Because I had my shutter speed on something insane, and that's really odd because I never mess with the shutter speed. It's always twice the frame rate, and that's like a rule in shooting video to make it look a bit like film. I won't go into technicalities of why that is the case, but it is. So, you know, how the shutter speed got set down to, you know, whatever stupid number it was on, I don't know, but the end result is unwatchable. You cannot watch that. So, abandoned shoot. We ate a steak, it was lovely, but then I had to do it again and reshoot the final scene again, which is a major pain in the backside. Anyway, so now you know. This is why sometimes videos aren't always uploaded exactly when I want them to be, and yeah, sometimes, you know, if I have had a failure, then I might have to put in a quick substitute, because I do want to maintain, you know, 1 a week frequency. That's very important, and 2 a week would be better, but, you know, busy. Anyway, I'm rambling. I hope you found that useful, interesting, and yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time.